Moving from outer chaos to inner balance, a 28-day immersion. We are on day 18, emotional footprint. What is that, you may ask? We all have heard of the carbon footprint, the water footprint, and there's also the earth footprint. But what is this emotional footprint? This phrase has been brewing in my mind for a while now, a few years now. And I wanted to explain it with an analogy. When we cook something, and I just have a frying pan here. When we cook something with a frying pan, it leaves food particles on the pan. And after each cooking session, we make efforts to clean this so that it is available for the next cooking session. But what if I do not clean it after cooking? I just leave it to dry, forget the hygiene for a moment. I just leave it to dry. The food particles are dried and compacted on the pan. And the next time I cook something with this pan, what's going to happen is that the food is going to stick to the pan at all the places where the previous meal's food is still sticking to the pan. I finish the second meal, leave it as it is without cleaning, and a third time, it's going to stick some more. Fourth time, some more. Eventually, cooking is going to be a huge challenge because more and more of the food is sticking to the pan. So from a very practical perspective of using this pan, we need to go and get it cleaned up after every cooking session. And the same with us. When we go through life, it's an emotional challenge. And there are all the sticky bits that have not been cleaned up. So we owe it to ourselves after facing difficult situations to go back to our reflective spaces and clean up after us, work on us, release the emotional baggage so that we can approach life afresh every time. This sticking of the food, the sticking of the emotions that have not been released by us is what I term as our emotional footprint. And very often we are not only faced with our own emotional footprint, we also are subject to the emotional footprint of our previous generation, our parents, our uncles, aunts, grandparents. We have seen them facing challenges which they may or may not have released. And we are influenced by all of that in the way we look at our present and the way we look at our future as well. The question you may ask is, this week is about micro to macro. That means we are looking at our small circle and how we can reach out to the world around us. What difference does our own emotional footprint make to the collective consciousness of this world? We are affected by the world around us, by the emotional footprint of this world around us. The collective emotions that everyone is exposed to is one of anger, fear, restlessness, worry, grief, shock. All of that is in this collective field around us, and we are affected by it. But where is this field coming from? This field is coming from each one of us. Together, each one of us has an impact on the world, and the world then has an impact on us. So when we want to reach out to the world around us, we can reach out by working on our own emotional footprint. And when we work on our emotional footprint, the world around us shifts. Now the question may be, there are billions on this planet. What difference does one person make? I want to share a small story. Long, long ago, there was this kingdom that was going through famine and drought for many years. The king decided to get some guidance from astrologers and learned people, and they came and took his horoscope charts, and they came up with one solution. Dig a huge lake in a very important spot, very energy specific spot. Find an auspicious time, fill the lake with milk, and the king should have a bath along with all holy chantings in that lake of milk. And if he does that, the kingdom will see better days. So the king issued a royal decree. The spot was identified, the lake was dug, and then he announced that every household in that region must take a huge pot of milk and pour it into the newly dug out lake just before sunrise. At sunrise, the king would arrive and then take this holy bath in the lake of milk. So at the appointed time, the king came in a huge procession, and what he saw stunned him. There was a huge lake filled, can you guess? Filled with shimmering, sparkling water. Not a drop of milk, not one drop of milk, because every household thought to themselves, all the others are pouring milk. If I pour water, what difference does that make? Each one of us makes a difference. And I leave you with this reflection, and we'll see you tomorrow on day 19. Hi, I'm Nirmala Shekhar, a body talk practitioner from Singapore, and you are on this 28-day immersion with me. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye. Namaste.